Hey guys, Miss Osuna here. This time we're gonna do a croquis and she's gonna be super sexy, kind of bending forward. Her backside is gonna be to the viewer's eye. What? Oh my goodness. But this is gonna be really good for those more sexy outfits that you wanna create. So set up your paper, oval, straight line, measure off those head spaces. They are approximately 1 inch and we will move from there. Of course, drag those lines over, put in your numbers. It always helps to have every single thing that you do repeatedly so that it starts to stick in your mind and you can do it fast. So we always do the oval, always the straight lines. We measure off that head space and label and number. All right, so we're doing a bending pose, so we're gonna start from our waist down. So 3 is our waist, and we are going to do a diagonal guideline. So start at the middle and drag it left and right. Left side higher, right side lower. And then 4 1/4, that's our crotch, and we're gonna place the guideline there for the crotch. Now we need 2 parentheses facing right. The first one is closer to that center line. So it's on the left of the center line and it's a parenthesis facing right. That's buttocks cheek number 1. And buttocks cheek number 2 is further away and more curved. They both land on the crotch guideline. Now from there we are slightly curving up on the left side of our paper. Slightly curving upward. So that's a soft curve and it's like a parenthesis facing left. So that's the left side of our body as we are looking at it. This is the right side of our body. It's a little straighter. And remember the waist is about 1 inch. Then we're gonna come down because we are doing the top of our thigh. Now we need our shoulder guideline. And remember it's around 1 1/2. So start at the center and we're dragging that guideline diagonally. And make sure you bring your torso up to that shoulder guideline. Now you're starting to see that bending motion. Put in your bust, so it's a parenthesis facing left, and that's underneath 2, around 2 1/4-ish. And then we're gonna move on from there. Now for the left side of our guideline for the leg on the left of our paper, we are going to drag down all the way to 9. So take a close look. Pop in your knee socket at 6 and we're dragging out our upper thigh. Remember you land on the right and the left sides of that knee socket. Remember we go around and down below the knee socket on the kneecap side. So go around that socket and finish below it. And then put in your frown in the middle of the socket because it's the back of our knee. Now we're curving down for our leg and pop in your ankle socket. So that's the support leg. We always start with our support leg. Now for the back of our foot. We're coming down, then you're gonna have your triangle shape. And now, let's be sure that triangle comes up a little higher and then you're going across horizontally with a little wavy line. Now your backward letter C for the ankle and then connect with the parenthesis facing left. That is our high heel, the last little bit there with our parenthesis shapes. Up next, we need a guideline for leg number 2. So drag down from the center of that leg towards the right side of your vertical line. Pop in that knee socket a little higher than the one on the left. This is going to help with the foreshortening effect. Now we're just going to drag down and around. Make sure you emphasize a little bit of the curve of the hamstring. All right, our calf muscle has a parenthesis that faces the right side of our paper. That's for the back of our knee. And remember to put in your ankle socket that goes back at number 8, or if you're doing a 10 head, it'd be at 9. Drag those legs down, and this will be our front foot. And make sure you come down from that ankle socket, add in your triangle shape. Add a little bit of a frown, and then your back of the ankle with a C shape, and come down from there to connect. So you can see the back of our high heel shoe. That's why the triangle goes up higher than it would for a traditional profile. All right, go on ahead and finish that off with your parenthesis shape for the high heel, and we move on. Find the center between your shoulders, and that's where we are going to put our neck. And it's a J shape, straighten then curve. And now that we have the center where our neck is going to go, round that off and drag it down and connect it to your torso. And on the left side, go on ahead and widen that a little bit and round that off. Up next, we're going to add in the N shape on the right side arm here. So make sure it's 1.5 to 3 as far as the measurement, and then put in your elbow socket. Flesh that arm out, and then in this case, our arm is going to be bent. She's going to be holding something, so that's why I didn't finish off the hand completely. All right, up next, we need to put in elbow to wrist. So go on ahead and put those 2 line shapes in and add in your wrist socket. Make sure it tapers at the wrist. And from there, we are going to add the hand. So in my case, eventually she'll be holding a piece of her dress, kind of like oopsie. And so you're just going to do the hand with your diagonal lines. Make sure you have your thumb closest to the body and your fingertips are away from the body. Once you do that, you're ready to move on. All right, up next, what we're going to do is our face. So the profile of our face is going to be on the right side here. So we have a parenthesis that faces the right, and then our chin goes horizontally back toward the neck. Now you're going to round off with the C shape or a parenthesis shape to finish the back of our head and connect that down to your neck. Then erase to clean up. Okay, so now we're going to add in our shoulder blades. So that is in the center of our back. So literally it's like a letter L shape. And any other details that you want to tighten up. That's it for this tutorial. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing all the good things you're going to be doing in the fashion industry. And always remember, you have got this. Practice, 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 but ultimately you will get this. This will help you to be able to sell your designs. The better your poses are, and everything is a skill in the fashion industry. So you just practice your way into excellence. Until I see you in class, happy sketching.